if you can still overload the system, but it more ties and controls it in here rather than you constantly outside resetting your trip all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, and that works obviously 6 amp. I know you get 10 amp sites, and I mean you can, even if you wanted to, set it at 16 amps.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you don't want it on, all you need to do is go over and it goes back to off.
So when it trips out, you said outside, is it?
No, that's on the box.
On the box, you know where you're plugged into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I don't mean your trips are obviously just inside,
Yeah.
but if it trips externally. Then last on the line. So internal temperature, and if I press select, it'll tell me the humidity, and it'll also tell me the external temperature as well.
23 degrees.
Yeah, apparently.
Is it broken?
Hey, or it's confused, one or the other. And then we're back to dimmer level then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I was until it showed me 23 degrees.
He thinks it's in Spain.
yeah, it's on holiday. So, move on to your heating panel now. So, obviously your heating's on at the minute. What it's showing me on the screen, the black plug's letting us know we're running on the mains, and it's just letting me know it's 22 degrees inside here.
Okay.
I think what it may be on that is the sensors are the wrong way around, because I'd say it's more 17 degrees out there and 20 in here.
Yes.
But I'll get an engineer just to have a quick
Well,
look
yeah,
at it.
that'd be good.
Yeah, I'll get my after look. So to wake this one up, all you do is press menu, and there's your user screen. So top one is just blatantly setting your thermostat for your central heating.
Yeah.
So same as you do in your house, plus or minus, set it whatever level you want. Obviously if the van drops below 20 degrees, the heating system will kick in and automatically heat the van up and then shut itself off. So it just kicks in and out as in when it's needed. Next one down is your hot water. Now that's hot water off. One up is hot water on. Second one up is hot water boost. Now what water boost mode is, it shuts off the central heating, puts all its power into that water boiler for you.
Quick hot
So
water.
it'll reheat it faster than it would in normal operation. When you finish with it, make sure you turn it back off, because as I say, you've got no heating when you're in water boost mode. Okay?
Gas also heats the water, I presume.
Yeah, you can use either. Well, now we're on to that with these bottom two. So the top one's electric, so that's your electric off. It will run on 1 kilowatts, 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts. Now the easiest way of describing that, think of old Granny May's electric bar fire. So 1 kilowatts is one element, 2 kilowatts is two, and 3 kilowatts is all three elements. Or it's the more power you throw at the unit, the faster everything will heat up for you. So it'll work perfectly fine on 1 kilowatts, but all it was, it'll take a lot longer to get to temperature. But obviously if you throw 3 kilowatts on it, everything will heat up faster for you. And then the bottom one's gas, blue's off, green's on. As simple as that. And that's maximum output, that is 3 kilowatts of electric and gas.
And
at the
does it
same
have
time.
a selection of preference, gas first, electric, back up? Or?
Yeah, it normally always looks for electric first, because 9 out of 10 times we're all plugged into electric.
Right.
And obviously with the gas, your gas is off most of the time unless you're with the fan. So it always looks for electric first and then gas second.
Oh,
Okay. But you're happy with the basics on there?
okay. Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So I'll press the little spanner now, and it brings me up the rest of the menus. I'll only scoot through this quickly. The little clock is just setting the time of day. The moon symbol is a night mode, so if you like it colder at night, you can program the system so it reduces its temperature down in the evening for you. Sunshine, opposite, day timer, so if you like it nice and hot when you wake up, obviously you can program the system so it heats up for you when you're getting out of bed. The little hourglass symbol is a delayed start timer. That's where you can set a once a week program. So say if you've got it parked on your drive at home in the winter, you can set it so once every Monday your heating runs for 24 hours and then shuts off. Not talking fast enough. Prioritise. That's where you said about what power. It's always set to electric, so it always looks for electric power first. Then offset thermostat. What you'll notice is the temperatures between these may vary. The reason for that is the sensors are in different places in the van, so you can adjust this one so it reads the same as that one.
Yeah.
Then backlight is just obviously how the screen stays lit. The little Pac-Man symbol is an antibacterial feature inside your hot water tank. With that switched on, it heats the tank up about 2-3 o'clock in the morning and just sterilises that tank for you. Then pump settings, all you can do in here is switch your thermostat off and have your heating running constantly. Now if you want to know what boiling a bag rice feels like, turn your thermostat off, because your heating will get to 30 degrees and stay there and you'll cook in here. So always run it on the thermostat and then you're in control of the temperature.
Okay.
Key beep, whether or not you want it to beep or not. Language, if you want to speak French or German to it. External is where you can like get a mobile phone attachment to it, but you don't need to because you've got Swift Command here for you already. Last couple of bits. Anything that's greyed out, so features is not available, but it's a bit like a phone, you know, you can get apps added to it, so you can go on Alza and have different features added, but I wouldn't worry too much. And then, sorry, last one. Good old service, so it brings up any alarm codes or faults or anything if there is any. Reset, so if it's not doing what it's told, just reset it. All it does is reboot everything back to factory settings, and installed accessories. Now the only thing, you know, I said about the heating on your app, if you want to use it to app here, you also have to set it third-party panel there. All it's telling the 2 units is it's going to be receiving its commands from a phone. But obviously if you don't need it, you can just knock that tick off. Okay, and then back to the front menu. Now you notice, if you've seen that A's disappeared from there, the A is always lit up if you've got anything active. So if you've got a timer on, like I had third party on, it comes up with the A. If you press the A, it will automatically tell you what systems or what programs you've got switched on at the time.
Okay.
Okay. And that's it really.
There is some discussion about the Aldi heating that they've been noisy, like it's gurgling with air in. Is that...
No, you can get, it's the same as your heating system at home, so it can get airlocked. There is various bleeding points around the van, so all it is just bleeding out. But what
They
I'll
also
do,
talk about settings on the pump about, you know, having it up too high, that will cause the noise. Or
that's
something.
the old style one.
Oh, not
This
this
is the new
one
one.
then. Oh,
If
okay.
I showed you a panel from 2 years ago, it had about 100 different menus in, and you could adjust the levels and everything, and it gave the users too much to play with. And now they've
Right.
just taken it all away. They're not in any of the new
Oh,
ones
okay,
now.
so we're not likely
But
to
what
get
I'll
that
do is
problem.
now, we'll probably start cooking in here, but I'll turn it up for you so you can hear it kicking in. The other thing now, do you see the little arrows come in the top corner there? If you ever see the arrows, it's now letting you know that it's in operation. So because now I've turned the thermostat,
Oh,
see in the
around
top
the
corner,
circle, yeah.
that's letting me know it's heating up. So if you ever think, oh, it's a bit cold, but you look and see the arrows there, you know that it's
It's
kicking in
working,
there.
yeah.
Okay, so as I'm showing you around now, the heating will kick in and you can hear it for yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
So other than that, it's just features on the caravan, so it's nothing more technical. I've got all the technical stuff out of the way now. So
Okay.
radio just inside there. All it is, I've just unclipped the front, because otherwise every time I put the panel on and off, it switches your radio on and off. But I'll just let it come on, and it's bound to be on radio 1 because they always are. And then all it is on off just at the front there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Various spotlights around. They are all individually switched on, but they are also dimmable as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Obviously front bed just pulls out from the slats there. All you do is pull it all the way to the end and then turn these 4 cushions upside down, but for what order you put them in is however you feel comfortable. Obviously I'm quite large in the rear end, so I like a wide bit under the middle bit, but there's no right or wrong way to put them, it's just what's comfortable for you, but always sleep on the underside of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my motorhome.
What was that yours? Oh,
Yeah.
give her a wave. Oh, bless her. So, other than that kitchen, first thing I'll show you up here, there's your solar box panel. For your solar panel, it is like the best dog you've ever owned. It walks itself, it feeds itself, it even cleans its own mess up in the garden. It just sits there and does its job.
Okay.
If it's got something to do, it charges up your battery. If it's got nothing to do, it just switches itself on. So there's no on and off for yourselves, it just sits there and does its job.
Okay.
As you see now, it's got 1 light flashing. That means it is doing something. It may be very minimal, but it is. If the 2 green lights are solid, it means it's putting all its power in, and if it's got no lights on it, it's gone, I've got nothing to do, and switches itself off.
Okay.
Okay. So, kitchen cupboards here, huge kitchen cupboard. And obviously, a big one below as well.
Yeah.
You have got your lovely slide out rack.
Yep.
Your draining board, your chopping board's just at the top here. Now there is a couple of gas shut-off valves down the bottom. They are labelled up on that white label. But our main advice, if you ever smell gas, is just to switch your bottle off. These are more there for an engineer if they ever want to fiddle with your boiler, your cooker or your fridge or anything.
Okay.
Okay. So obviously water system, well you'll know it. It's just cold tap first. It'll obviously splutter now because I took the pipe off, so I've put some air in the system. As you see, once you've got constant running water, come on. That's the air out the system for you. Same on the hot side then, just run it until you've got constant running water like that. And you know your system's full of air and everything. And she should be heating up by now. She is.
Oh, yeah. Blimey, yeah.
I was just waiting for the steam to come off it, but it's not that hot yet. So, microwave, so easy. You can just press quick start, go up in minutes.
Yeah.
Or if you press the microwave button once, that's the power output. Press microwave again, and there's your timer.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you can all start and stop. Best advice with this though, always take that out for travelling. So if it does accidentally jump out of there, you will not believe how expensive these sideboards are to replace. So take it out, wrap it in a towel, pop it in the sink, or very simply, just wedge it underneath the cushion there. Okay.
Yep.
Then obviously last cupboard, nothing too exciting to show in there.
Okay.
Cooker, 1 to 6 on the end here, relates to your electric ring. Obviously your electric ring only runs off the mains power, doesn't work off a 12 volt. But then you've got 1, 2, 3 gas burners with a lovely 12 volt igniter.
Yeah.
So just as easy as
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Then grill pan and handle and a big grill. Grill's here again, just turn, hold and ignite. As easy as that.
Yep.
And then oven, and again, turn, hold and ignite.
Lovely.
Okay. Then below, obviously your lovely pots and pans store. There is a plug socket on the left hand side in there, that relates to your electric ring. So if that's ever not heating up or put £1,000,000 in, you've caught the plug in there with a pot handle or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
Okay. Well, right, before I do the fridge, I'll just show you, there's your TV point. So you see the top one, that relates to your external satellite, where the TV one there relates to your onboard aerial, which is just inside the cupboard there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So we'll do
So
your
you need an
fridge.
adapter for that.
Yeah, you need to screw one on the outside and screw one on the inside.
So we need
yeah.
2 of those. Remember that then, Paul.
Yeah. So, lovely fridge. All your controls are just in the top there. So obviously on off on the end, and there's your 3 power select. So it will run on mains electric, it will run on gas,
And do you
or
have to choose the gas then? For
yeah, you need to manually select it over, and then obviously the vehicle battery for when you're towing down the road. Okay. But
And does it make it cold as you're towing, or does it just keep it?
no,
at
it's just what I
temperature?
was going to say. On gas and electric, your fridge is working at full power.
Yeah.
On the vehicle battery, all it does is hold the temperature.
Hold it, yeah,
So
yeah. It's the
before
same
you
with
set off, always run it on
Make
either
sure
gas
it's
or
cold.
electric. Get it nice and cold, and then just before you set off, just turn it over onto the vehicle battery.
What happens if you forget to do that?
The fridges will hold the temperature as long
So
as
it
you're
won't
in and out
pick
of
up,
it.
it won't pick up itself. That's what
No,
I'm saying.
no.
Right. Okay.
No, you need to manually come in. You can have everything else switched off. The only thing you need to come in here is switch your fridge on and do that.
Right.
That's it. Nothing else, just that with your fridge. Now, as you're here now, it's beeping, obviously, because there's no power source there. If the gas doesn't light, it does exactly the same. But to relight your gas, all you need to do is just press that button there. It's as simple as that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This one's obviously temperature. So obviously all 5 bars are cold. This down to 1 is sort of the lowest temperature that the fridge will run on.
So when you put it on gas,
Yeah.
it will automatically relight it.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, that's an extra switch.
Yeah, it will bleep at you and let you know. All you need to do is just simply press
do
that.
that.
Yeah, and it will
Okay.
automatically ignite. I mean, if it goes off again, it's then you just check, hey, you've got gas in your bottle or you've got your bottle switched on.
Yeah.
But it will, if you just keep pressing that, it will automatically keep trying to ignite it for you.
Okay.
And then obviously your huge freezer box in the top.
Yep.
Now you can remove the freezer box, but I've got 2 little nieces, and if there's not ice pops in my freezer, it'd be World War III, I think.
Why would you want to do that?
No, you get some strange people. So, TV aerial, just in the top there. Have you used a directional aerial before?
Yeah.
Yeah, happy with that, perfect. So, your lovely beds, not much exciting under that one, but your standalone table is underneath that one for you.
Right.
It just
Oh,
slides
it
out.
hooks into there.
Yeah, just hooks in. But as you see, huge cupboards, so they're really good for storage. Same as the one behind you, it's just an empty space, so you can fill them up with what you want. Just watch what you put in there for travelling.
Okay.
Then, bathroom, go on, I'll get in first because I have to always get in the shower. So, I'll get in the shower because it's the safest place for me to stand. Toilet should look very familiar, I take it.
Swivel.
Electric flush on the top, yeah, swivels, and
Yeah.
the gate down at the front to operate it.
Yeah.
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 Now, if you want to open the wardrobe, this is one thing that will be new to you. So, in the back corner of the thing, there is your Aldi tank.
Oh, right.
And that is where the pump is situated to circulate the hot solution main for your central heating.
Okay.
So, can you hear it now?
Barely.
Yeah, there you go. I know what you're looking at. It's some of the older models could be quite
It's
noisy.
just comments I've picked up. I've joined a Swift group.
Yeah.
That's all. It's comments I've
Yeah,
picked up.
yeah. No, you're fine. But as you can hear yours now, you can't hear anything, so
No,
that's perfectly fine.
no, okay.
Now, all it is with the solution in there, it's antifreeze, the same as it is in your car, or similar.
Glycol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good for about -30 or something silly, so you don't need to drain it down in the winter. It can just sit in there all year. All it is like the coolant in our cars that we check every time we go out in the car.
Of course you do.
It's just one of them things you just need to cast your eyes over every now and then. If it is running low, just pop in the CSC, we do the solution then. And we'll
Is
just
there a
top it
level
up.
gauge on there?
There is.
Yeah, if you look, there's
I've
a
just-
minimum and a maximum.
And it's above maximum.
It should be now because it's on, it's hot.
Oh, so that's what. Okay.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
when it's cold,
because
you
it's in
measure it.
operation, it's same as your car. Always check everything when it's cold. Now that it's hot, it's an expansion tank in there, so the solution's heated up and it expands. So you should always see it over when it's on as such.
Oops. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, oh, you should feel your towel rail heating up now. Put your hand over the top.
lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it's fantastic. How
Towel rail. How do you stick your towel?
Well, I call it a towel rail, but it's not really, is it? It's just more of a radiator for
It's
the
a
bathroom.
radiator, yeah.
But how the heating system works, it's virtually turned the whole outside of the van into a giant radiator. So the pipes go all the way around the outside of the van, so it just heats up the whole van for you.
Okay,
It's fantastic. You'll never ever be cold. Light switches just down the side there.
Yeah.
And then mixer tap for the shower, bath for the sink. Put your teeth in. Mixer tap for the bath for the bath. Yeah, I'm in the bath now. So what it is, I'm going to get my rubber duck out. What it is this is a lovely shut-off valve. So when you're in the shower and you're having a wash, simply push that across, shuts the flow of the water off here. Have your wash, push it, and continue your shower.
Oh, wow.
So rather than switching the tap off, because you never get it back on at the same temperature,
just
it's
gonna
always
say-
too hot or too cold.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
just simply shut it off there.
And that keeps it at the
Yeah,
same
and then
temperature.
push it, and you can continue your shower.
At the same
Yeah,
temperature.
yeah, but at the same temperature.
That's great. Because that was a real bugbear, wasn't
Yeah, and then you've obviously got a lovely towel rail in here, or for wet coats or anything that you got wet, so at least you can drip in here rather than dripping on your carpet.
Yeah.
And your door pins open for travelling. Okay, so it's just a little puller there, pull it, releases your door.
it? You travel with it
But
like
for
that.
travelling, definitely
Oh, fix it.
lock it in place like that
Yes.
for travelling, because you can't see it, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a fitted bath mat? They usually have one that's already to shape, don't they? Part of the design.
No, not
No?
not in the caravans. No,
Okay.
no. You would have done in the Besta car, but then
Yeah.
you're top of the range there, where this is just off top of the range in it. So, and no, none of the caravans come with it.
Okay.
It seemed to be a motorhome thing. Only thing now on the way back is windows and hatches. But used to that style hatch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then they're just slightly different in the
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both probably.
next one down. As you say, if you want to have a look at that, if you're happy with it, I won't explain
Yeah,
it.
no.
Yeah, we're all right with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So,
Right above it.
So what it does is this is just a plastic guard. The heat just permeates up from the back
I was
of it. So if you
feeling
put
that
your
was the radiator.
Yeah, if you put your hand down the back,
Yeah,
you'll feel the
lovely.
heat coming up. So if you imagine the radiators are right at the bottom there, so it heats it up and the heat just comes up for you. But as you can feel how warm it's getting in here already.
It's lovely.
They are roasted. And don't forget I have still got the door open.
Yes, yes.
So no, you will never ever be cold inside here. Now that's about it from me, unless
Okay.
you've got any other questions. I know I've still got Swift Command
And the motor room.
and the motor mover, but I'll do them afterwards. But if you're happy with that, I'll do Swift Command now for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. So, get your phone out. So now all I need you to do is open up your Bluetooth first, because you need, if it's an Apple product, you can just hook it up via the app itself, but any other Android system you need to pair it up via Bluetooth first and then activate the app second. So while you're doing that, all I'm going to do is come to this panel, I'm going to select system settings, and I'm going to come down to Bluetooth pair.
Right.
That's your Bluetooth on, so if I press select now. So just scan again now, I hadn't quite. There you go, that's it, Swift Blue, so if you select that. It should pair now. Come on. Well, she's certainly doing something. So now if you go to the app, she should. So now on the app, if you press the one at the bottom there, or the Bluetooth, it doesn't matter which one you press, and then search for panel. That's it. And then it should come up with a lovely little blue van. Oh, if you search again. Now it doesn't particularly like it inside here. Oh, come on. It's great when modern technology works, isn't it?
Stand outside.
No. It's
Right.
it's the interference. You imagine the systems are designed to be used outside. Where in here we get loads of interference. There's all electronic stuff next door, and oh, it's a pain in the.
That's not good.
No, I'll tell you what. Now we've seen that eating, I'm going to turn it down before we all start sweating in here. As I say, let's just try pairing it again on the Bluetooth. Yeah, don't forget it's the Bluetooth on the actual phone itself, isn't it? Not the... So it's saying it's paired. No. So all I'm going to do now is I'll just come to Bluetooth delete. We'll delete that, and then we'll try again. just takes a second or two for this. What I'll do is, while I'm waiting for that, I'll just talk you through the app. So, what it is on the app itself, the top 4 are your Bluetooth ones. So, light bulbs is obviously quite like self-explanatory. You can turn your lights on and off. Battery will show you like the condition of your leisure battery and like the power that you're pulling off and things. Water, all you can do in there is check temperatures and then switch your water pump on and off. And then heating, this is the one for your heating system. But as I said, you need to have this one on app and this one on third-party panel, but then you can control your heating via the app rather than using the heating up there. But now that's deleted. So, oh, you bring your Bluetooth one back up again. Sorry, hang on. Right, so click pair now. Right, come on. Yay! There we go.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's paired on there now. So now, fingers crossed. All right, right. Oh, come on. It's not liking me today, is it?
Doesn't look like it's doing anything, does it? Oh.
There we go. Hey! So when you search for panel, it comes up with that, and all you do is select that one. Oh, come on.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. There you go. Once it's in green at the bottom,
yep.
You're connected. Easiest way to show you is the light bulbs. Come on. Yay. So. Come on. Obviously when it's greyed out, it's doing it.
Ah, right, okay.
Come on. It should do. There you go. That's everything off in the lab. Yeah. No, it's just a simple turn them all back on. Says when I finish confusing it. Come on. Yeah.
And as long as this has got an internet setting, it'll connect to.
Yeah, well, this is just Bluetooth, so you don't need the internet as such.
No.
What the internet's one for, if I come back out of these ones. So as I said, they're your 4 thingable ones. The internet ones in here, there's your location service. So these are the online ones as such. So this is where you can monitor your own van. And even if you lend it to someone, I don't know if you've got any kids or anything you may lend it to, you can even check where they've been with it and everything. And check they are going where they say they are. But
don't tell him that.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't tell them that bit. The other ones is your tracker. So you have got a tracker fitted to this one. I wouldn't know how you re-register it because it's obviously been registered once, but I'm sure if you have a word with Paul and they can explain that for you.
Yeah.
The main one is this one here. Now once their system's up and going, all you need to do is put your email address and the password that Paul's used to set your account up. Once you put that in, get vehicle details, search there, and it'll come up with your van then. So it'll be the make and the model, so it'll be a Conqueror.
565.
There you go. And then all you do is save it, and that's telling sort of the online world is that this is your caravan and you're paired up with it. Once you're paired up, then you can set up your notifications and things, and it will allow you to use the heating, because at the minute it thinks that it doesn't know what heating system it's got in here until you're officially paired up with it, sort of thing. Once you've done. Other than that, the little Swift symbol just comes up with like where your nearest dealer is and forums and things for Swift. Bluetooth, obviously, just for connecting it up. The account one we talked about. Now once you're paired up, the book symbol down there will be an electronic copy of your manual. So as well as the one that's in your top drawer there, you'll have an electronic version on your phone. And the little bell one, this is where you can set all the notifications up. So literally the caravan will communicate with you whatever you want it to. So as I've already said, if your battery's going low, it'll ping you a message or an email. The same as, I don't know, if the temperature's dropping, it will ping you an email just to let you know that everything's running low.
An email or a message?
Either. It's your choice. It's your choice.
Okay.
Yeah, you set up for that. But as I say, the main thing, once Sargent have sorted out their technical problem, all you need to do is that one, and that activates all the rest of the features on there, sort of thing.
Right.
Okay. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it then. Lovely. So what I'll do now is, there is a slight bit of paperwork. I'll get you to do the paperwork first. Then once we're finished with this, I'll demonstrate your motor mover and everything
Okay,
for
shall I
you.
turn this off
Okay,
then?
yeah, you might as well.
How do I turn this off now? Is it that one?
So just that little one there.